money. Caucasians can embezzle money. They'll put it in the system. Don't do this. We're doing that. Just to do what? Change everything around because they're racist. We're still dealing with racism, whether it's Mexico, whether it's Hispanic, whether it's African American, whether it's Caucasian. We get a little bit more sensitive when we know that it's Caucasian, right? Yes, we do. We get a little bit more sensitive. When she laughed, she didn't know I wanted to pull her damn hair out. I sure did. I said, she don't know. It's because a lot of them are backed by their badges, and they think you're supposed to respect them because they're wearing a badge, but they're not wearing it with honors. And that's the whole thing. Don't tell me you're police officers and you're not wearing that badge with honor, like the police officer with Tyler Perry. Why would you go out and kill blacks in Mexico? Well, that's because you're racist. Why can't the blacks fight like them? You know what they'll try to do? Even use black officers to do it. They will try to throw blacks in jail for fist fighting for that. That's a fight. You know what I'm saying? We try to be sophisticated. But you know one thing I like about Africa, okay? And I'm not saying I want to live in this environment. But you'll see them out in the street fighting. Now, I know they have it hard because they're police officers. They don't have any limits, you know. But if you can fight back, you know. What they do is they'll take you like the little lady down at the judge. She Mexicana woman. She threw one of those races, right? And here she is. She's on the book of racism. And yet you have other police officers. You have other detectives that are doing racist too. They're doing crimes because of racist or racism. And we're still honoring them. Now we just thank the God. We thank the Lord for that guy, the sheriff officer that Tyler Perry is investigated. We thank God that he has been laid off. But should he be treated like any other criminal? What do you mean you can't throw him behind bars? You throw a lot of rival gangs behind bars, and sometimes they end up face to face. You throw little kids behind bars. Depending on what crime they've done. You throw them back there with adults and they misuse those kids and you can care less. So why do we care about criminals? Criminals are criminals. And we should not give governors, mayors, we not Castro, but mayors, senators, councilors, we shouldn't give them any more privilege than we give a regular person that commits that crime. A crime is a crime, y'all. And we don't want to look at that. We are committing crimes. They all are committing crimes. What should the people do? Can we overthrow them? Amen. Should we be able to overthrow them? That's my only question. Because we have people dying, and you may not care, and you might think they're roaches, but they're family members, sometimes children. Like the other man that we looked on the news, I think it was last night. Oh, no, that was Tyler Perry. He had 4 children. The black guy had 4 children, and they can't find him. He has, and then I think about, oh my God, don't let me talk about what's going on over here. Because last night when I saw that fire truck and it was a fight, I said I never realized that a fire truck, I've never noticed a fire truck coming out to a fight, right? And I saw that they can actually come up to the 2nd floor because, you know, first floor can't be open, which is good. We thank God for that. But the 2nd floor, you know, they can also put people on the roof. You never know what people are doing. They could be planting snipers around here for attacks, right? You could be doing anything. Because last night I found out that those people went to jail because they were fighting, right? The brothers and sisters, there was a girl, the boys, and then they turned around and took the mama. And the mama was the one asking the questions. She wanted to ask the police officer a question, and she went to jail. Now there's some people saying that that was just an attack of police officers defending what was going on, the racism. Who knows what's going on? They were Caucasian police officers. But I thought I saw a Hispanic one come from behind the building. He came the other way. A lot of times we got police officers on the force and don't even know racism is being done. They even write reports that are negative for racist police officers. That police officer that was down at that court with the Hispanic lady, he was a white guy. I really believe that little judge, she didn't know what was going on. She just agreed. Why? Because they believe in backing one another, right? They back one another. So, with all that been said, something glimpsed my attention. I just want to pray for y'all. I want to pray for our country. We want to pray for peace. Ooh, we are in trouble. We are being attacked by legal government officials. That's who's coming after us, right? Well, was in the past. We already overcame them. I believe that I have. I don't know about y'all. I ain't thinking about them. Yeah. And I told the Lord, and I had to pray for myself, Lord, you got to help me because that lady know better than talk to me. She know better to sit up here and say, well, ma'am, sometimes we take them, sometimes you don't. Well, hell, what's wrong with the damn papers? They act like they can't send paperwork. What's wrong with these fools and the government officials? Send some damn paperwork that you're not taking the damn case. I mean, how you going to say no to embezzlement? You mean you're a police officer and you have the right to say no? Well, I'm calling 911 because there's something going on. Well, we don't want to take that call right now, so y'all have to fend for yourself. Come on, FBI agent. What the hell you mean that you have the right to take something? You mean if you get bribed, you'll take it? If you don't get bribed, that's it right there. Please tell me that FBI, please don't tell me that FBI has a choice of what case they take and what case they don't take. What you think about that, America? She told me sometime we take, but she couldn't tell me whether or not they accepted my case. What am I sitting here waiting on now? I know I already called about 10 because when the other folk didn't get back with me, I started calling them all over the place. I tell you what. And I tell you what dropped in my spirit. All they do when they hit a signal, because I think the FBI, they're, some of them, they get signals, and when they get a signal, all they do is they go and they tell them what they want to know, And that's I was just telling that girl from the food stamp office, I said, you know what? Every time someone goes into the case and don't rectify it, that person becomes guilty of the same crime. There's nowhere in the world you need customer service reps just to pick up what someone else is saying or someone else is saying. I told her my little story, and I'm sitting on the phone talking to the lady, right? I used to work for USAA. My job was a specialist, one step above being a customer service rep. I went to being a rep. I was promoted to specialist. My job was to analyze the account. I got several accounts that, to me, because we all go a little deep into what, let me just say, we can only remember so much, all right? So when we have someone come through customer service and their account, because, the system deemed them that this account needs to be fixed up, right? You have the first specialist that may not catch everything. So if it goes back, it's coded. Back in the day, it used to be coded. We had codes for what the problem was. And so you may send it through, or maybe it'll bounce back and say, still a code this, or whatever. Sometimes the system was fixed to where you couldn't send a document off until it was cleared by the system. The system can catch when something is wrong, right? Sometimes. Sometime it defaulted, whatever it may have been, it can come back through. But when that second person received that account, what their job was to analyze it all over again. A lot of times, especially when I was at CVS, let me tell you, CVS was different. We worked with medication. We made sure that the prescription that was sent out was the correct prescription. We made sure that it was given in its correct dosage. A lot of times the system would throw up errors. I've seen reps, which the customer service was not as accurate as USAA. The company was not as professional as USAA. I've seen customer rep that's looking, let me see what the last rep, let me look in documentation. And documentation helps, but documentation is just to veer you in a certain area of what has already been done. It's not to say, okay, we've tried all this is what the problem is. No, that problem didn't work. And a lot of times in companies, people are not there for you to tell them this problem didn't work. So don't just throw them out. You have to reanalyze the account. What's wrong? Apparently, if it comes back, you have documentation, which means it's already been there. If it comes back, that means whatever they told them was not accurate or it was not feasible. Something happened, it came back to you. So reanalyze the account. You have people that didn't want to do their job and they'll just throw it back out. Well, let's try it this way. And they just try. No, there's ways to find out, but you had to go off into your teaching, your training. We had training module right there at the computer. When you didn't know something, you had to go back and refer back to your training module, and that took time, and that messed with your call adherence. Yes, but you gave people the right medicine. People not sitting at home dying because some incompetent people. I started to say at that time, I ain't never going to take medicine for CVS, because I know their workers, they've been done had you dead. You've been done died. Yeah. Anyway, my time is almost up. Jeremiah's birthday is tomorrow, but my whole point of the matter is reanalyze the account. And that's what I kept telling her. I said, you know what? When you get it and you send it off or you don't work it, you are now in error. Why do you need a whole lot of incompetent people sitting there? Food stamps are still money, y'all. AFDC is still money. Child support is still money. Why do you have incompetent workers there and you keep them there? That's still money, the budget, taken from the budget. We can use something else there. I told you that a long time ago, well, these people mean nothing. They do mean money because it has to do with the money being given. So why not make sure that the workers are competent? Go through the system and see what's going on up in here. I just love things to be done right. That's all I am. I just love, regardless of what department, I love to see everything working smoothly, right? If you got FBI agents and they don't want to do the job, fire them. Come on, Obama, let me have your job, because I will be firing them. There will be no such thing as racism because I will fire them. White, black, Hispanic, they'll be fired.